Good morning, good morning, good morning! It's reveal day! We get to see our very tall wall. Very tall wall, 2-story wall, so I'm pretty excited. Let's do this.
I'll hold all the screws.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna need a collection bucket, big guy.
Yeah, it's just...
Luke already gave me one.
It's tight. Well, no, it's okay. Here, I'll get it out. Here, Eli, here's 3 more.
3
Another
more?
one.
Ow.
Sorry, I did not mean to hit you. Dad of the year right here.
There's a lot. It's almost
All
like
right.
it's raining screws. It is raining screws.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of the safest way to do it.
Yeah, because even if we leave one of these on, it's not going to go anywhere.
Right.
It's pushed up against a wall.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
We can pull all the end caps, get them completely out of the way.
Yeah, pull all the end caps, get them completely out of the way.
And then do the other side.
It's not doing anything.
Perhaps we should invest in new brakes.
Well, no, we don't need new brakes. We just need better brakes. Let me go grab the other... Actually, no.
Wouldn't new brakes be better?
What's that?
Wouldn't new brakes
Technically,
be
yes.
better brakes?
Listen.
What is that?
Hey,
That sounds like wolves.
quiet.
That sounds like wolves.
Stop.
Shepherd!
Shep.
Come here, boys. You know what? You guys are getting tied up. Come here. Come here, boys. Come here.
And have them.
That was weird. That was like every dog and coyote in like a 2-mile radius
Right. All right down the way.
just started freaking out.
All right, go ahead, start. Did it go? At all? No, it didn't. All right.
Yeah, do you have a true traction drill?
No, I need. I don't. Because I don't strip the heads out of the screws.
Are you talking?
No. Yep.
There it goes.
I got the rope.
All right, and it has chamfers on it, so try to bring it straight down if you can.
All right.
Save our chamfers.
Save our chamfers.
Send it home. Contact.
Warntact. Ew, they look so nice!
Alright, what's the next one up?
Real mat. Hey! They're all loose. We didn't break the chamfer.
Hooray!
Go ahead, Luke. I got it.
Contact.
Right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put these straps on the telehandler, get it ready to fly. We're gonna apply tension, and then we're gonna release the turnbuckles and the tapcons into the concrete. So yeah, go ahead and pull the bottom tapcons. Are they all pulled?
Yep.
Oh wow. Okay. Then the last turnbuckle. Kendall, go ahead and hop on the Peterbone.
All right. Hold on. I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page with exactly what's happening from here on out, because we won't be able to communicate. Well, I mean.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So everything is out except the turnbuckle.
Yep.
We are going to. It's got tension. This is coming out, and then. Am I lifting up?
We're gonna lift up, we're gonna fly it just a little, just above the ground. So I'll come down and I'll run the Peterbone
Okay.
for that part. And then essentially what we're gonna do is push out kind of as far as we can go, make sure the telehandler doesn't come off its rear end. It shouldn't. And then what we'll do is just crab walk it
over.
slowly that direction.
Okay. All right.
that good?
Yeah.
Once we drop it and land it in place, we're going to put this turnbuckle back on and the other turnbuckle back on. And then we'll drill tapcons.
Okay.
So, or actually, we'll probably drill tapcons first. That way it doesn't move the bottom, and then we'll do the turnbuckles. Yeah, that's a safer way to go.
Okay. Do we need a fly line on it?
Yes, good call. We'll throw a fly line on it. And everybody keep heads up. If it starts to go, run! Run as far away as you can.
All right, are we all good?
I think so.
Yep.
Let's do it. I was like, please stop, stop. I'm going to tilt the forks up too. Okay. Is that good? I thought the strap broke. The look on everyone's face, I was like, oh, here it comes. I'm going to fire right now.
So we managed to get it moved. It is not quite vertical, but almost. Luke and TJ are going to get the turnbuckles put on here. While the telehandler still has those forks under tension up there. How you feeling having done that once?
Well, we learned some stuff, like make sure the straps are all the way at the back of the forks, because when they release tension, they slide all the way to the back of the forks anyway.
And it's terrifying.
It's a little terrifying. And by a little, I mean a whole bunch. So these are temporary holds to keep the wall from tipping over while we get the rest of it in place.
Honey, look at our kitchen.
I know.
Ah!
Pretty epic.
Guys, look at our wall.
I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to release tension but leave the forks there.
Yes. That's a good plan.
For right now.
Yep.
Oh, that's just gorgeous. Look at that. That's not going anywhere. Yeah, it's definitely not secure, but it's secure enough that I'm a lot less worried about it. How do you think the top looks? Where I kind of angled it, tapered it?
I think it looks really cool.
I think it does too.
That's interesting how we have a lot of areas like this. I like it. I mean, it's not bad. Looks really nice.
A little bit of David on the edges.
A little bit of what?
David Bowie.
What do you think?
Ooh. Ah. So I had just seen the wall, and Kendall didn't get me on film, and so she told me I had to come over and ooh and ah at the wall. But look at it! It's so amazing! It really is. It is. Yeah, this is quite daunting. you can see we're going to have a doorway here and then about 10, 12 and a half inches and then another doorway and then all the way to the top. And then that doorway will actually allow us to walk out onto the roof, which is quite lovely. It's going to be nice. But yeah. So now we're going to set up the next form. We're going to pull this one off, slide it over very, very gingerly, and then get some turnbuckles in it. And once we have the top two pieces tied together, it gets a lot more stable.
Yeah, when the top two are together and the bottoms are screwed in.
Yeah, it's a lot more stable. Yeah, I'm glad we went with the tall forms as well, because doing double is like stacking up a form and then doing another one, because the form work, it really is the hardest part.
Well, and like you're saying, the ramming itself, yes, it's exhausting, but it's simple. We can just, with this, we can get in there and ram for a week straight and just crank it out. Yeah, it's tiring, but we can just go for a week and knock out a whole wall instead of having to do half a wall, stop, reform, and all that.
Well, and also not having to break the forms down. All we had to unscrew was the end caps. That was it. And all the other forms stayed still. So it's actually going to make the forming process go a little faster, which I think, because like we'll at least have those end caps in by the end of today. And then
It would have taken us all day just to put up these 6 sections.
Just these 6 sections, right. And so which means next week when we come back, we'll be able to finish out rebar, foam, the next form board, and be ready to ram the next day and just jump right back into this.
Yeah.
And then we'll have 3 full days straight, assuming the weather cooperates. We'll have 3 full days where we can ram. And I think we could have done this in 3 days. The issue was the steel and the forming and all this stuff, because
and the bowing.
Well, and the bowing, right? We were trying to fix the bowing. It still looks like a straight wall. Like you're never going to notice that it's bowing, especially once there's a house around it. Like,
have you seen stick framed houses and put a level on them?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Sorts of weebly wobbly.
Oh.
And this will never change, meaning it will never get any worse than this.
Correct. It'll never get any better either.
True.
Actually, that's not true. If we took a floor sander, stuck it on its side, it we could get it down a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Come on, where's your sensitive imagination?
It's like liposuction for a wall.
But yeah, it was not. It didn't feel unstable at any point.
Yeah.
I think the next one will go a little bit smoother.
Well, and the next one is on the front side of the wall, so you can back up as far as you need to and not have to crab walk it so much.
Right. But yeah, we only had to do 4 crabs. That's not
was
bad.
it?
Yeah, it was only 4.
Oh, all right. All right.
And if he's wrong, I'll correct it right up there. Right now.
Maybe 5. Perhaps 6.
All right, tension is off. We're going to leave the forks there until we get cross beams on the top.
Yeah, because we can do the cross pieces with the scaffolding.
Yeah.
All right. So we have turnbuckles in. These are going to be temporary holds just to keep it from blowing around. We're going to attach pieces at the tippy top, and then we're going to break for lunch because I'm hungry. Once the wall is up against it, you're not going to be able to get a sander in close to the corner. And if we just basically sand this line right here, we'll still have these two. And if we just smooth it out just a little, because we can smooth all this out later, but we won't be able to get super close to the wall.
Yeah.
This is because we moved our doorway slightly from where the plans originally had it.
Well, because the reason we moved our doorway, the doorway was originally going to go here, and so it was going to stop about right at this line. And the reason we didn't do that is because while we are living in the garage, this is going to be our kitchen.
We're going to have fridge, range,
Refrigerator, oven, stove, counter space,
dishwasher
underneath, sink. And then is the pantry going here or here?
Right where you are.
Yeah, so then there'll be like just a cabinet which will be pantry here.
Yeah, because I think we were going to extend the counter over the front of the window.
Yeah.
While we're living here.
Just while we're living here. And
then that also gives us more space in the bathroom on the other side. Here.
You know what we could do?
Because our shower, we'll have our shower and sink. It's starting to feel like a real building because there are like walls all around me. Look at that. I can turn around.
You know, the other thing I realized we could do if you wanted, once this is all set, we could chalk line out.
Yeah, where our rooms are going to be.
We could chalk line out where the rooms are going to be.
And we know lots of you have been wondering about kind of the plans for both the garage and the house, how we're going to lay everything out. That is coming eventually.
Yeah, we need to post a picture or like a 3D tour of our plans, but I got to figure out how to do that.
So we're going to put the tall forms on this side, the 8-foot end caps.
Yes, because climbing in and out of an 8-foot end cap was a lot harder. Well, no, it's exactly as hard as it sounds. I got a pro tip for all you cool cats and kittens out there. This is going to be the jig. So this bottom piece is exactly 2 feet across. Basically, we'll set this in the form and it'll hang off the plywood. And then I can cinch the sides, or it'll expand the sides, and then sit this on the middle to keep it exactly at 2 feet. So, here we go. This jig can go right between them. And then I can pull it tight with a tie strap, which I'll show you. This was an idea put forth by my little cowboy buddy.
That's Mr. Cowboy Buddy to you.
My bad. So now this jig is in there tight, and I know that this is right at 2 feet, so I can lock in the top.
And I asked Ricky if it was possible to put those cross beams more flush on this front side, which is where I will be lining up the mixer from. So it's not sticking out over this front edge.
All right, I think we're actually safe to remove the pettibone. We had an opportunity to learn a few lessons in this last wall. Some of you in the comments in the video prior recommended these things. However, we're a couple of weeks behind on videos, so we had already done it by the time you recommended it. So we're going to be taking some of your advice. So our form pieces, right where they split, they actually bulged out pretty significantly, partially because there's a split there, and also because that's where the most pressure is, in the very center of the wall. So essentially this wall, if you were to look at it straight on thin ways, it looks like this. And if you were to look at it from above, it looks like this. So it got fat right in the center. The top is good and the bottom is good. The end caps are good, but the very, very center is about 1 inch to 1.25 inches pushed out.
It's a little pudgy.
It's a little pudgy. So this is our, what do we call? Our David Bowie wall. It's a little Bowie. So to mitigate that, we had put in turnbuckles. And the turnbuckles went from about center of the wall all the way to the ground. We were informed by several people in the comments, also from Sirewall and some other people, turnbuckles at that distance do absolutely nothing. So we put in turnbuckles into this wall as we were forming it. They're only there temporarily just to hold it while we get it secured. The primary strength is going to come by reinforcing with steel, where first we're going to turn a lot of the steel sideways. So the stronger side is actually going to be holding it from bending. Yeah, because the end caps are actually pretty good at keeping the ends from bulging, but the center's our biggest issue. So for the east wall, we are actually going to be able to put in a beam across our 2 existing pillars and use that beam as an anchor point for turnbuckles. Turnbuckles will work if they're at like a really shallow angle and they're pushing straight. They'll actually do some good, but on the backside we don't have that. So we're just going to reinforce like crazy the backside with a bunch of extra steel, both vertical and horizontal, and then hope for the best. And we'll see what we get and we'll report back what we do. We are pretty much wrapped up for what we can do today. It's starting to get pretty warm. And it's getting late in the day, sun's getting real low. So I think we're gonna call it a day and hit it back when we finish forming. Thanks for joining our adventure.